going to be my classroom for the next generation so that you aren't perverted by those who want to teach you false science or ideas. And this is our understanding of science as we know it today in the year 2022. It is the month of August. Okay, I want to start off with real basic things, and this is for somebody who maybe doesn't have a dad or mom to teach them these things. But the first thing is love. And love starts with romantic approval of another person. Okay, that's in English. We have many types of love that we encompass all under the word love, but I'm talking about love that involves sex. Okay, so when you have romantic approval of a person, you submit your body to them, and that's done during sex, intercourse. Okay, I'm not talking about oral sex or anything like that. Those are all considered sodomy under their definition. But what happens is when you have sex, there's something that happens. It creates life, and nobody will define life for you except by this. It's the existence of you as a human being. Okay, that's your life that I'm talking about. You could say that life is what differentiates us from inorganic material. We're all carbon-based life forms. We all know this as people who study science, but I'm talking about your life, your existence as a human being. Okay, what is a human being? A human is a biped primate with 46 chromosomes, not 48. You're not a monkey or an ape or a gorilla. They have 48 chromosomes. You can't mate with a monkey, and a monkey can't turn into a human because it can't live without chromosomes. We have 23 pairs of chromosomes, and these chromosomes are donated by the male and the female gametes. And these gametes, they combine to form a zygote or an embryo. Okay, so these 46 chromosomes used in reproduction between male and female. Over 3 billion genes of nucleic acid chains, which is DNA. And if you counted them as a base pair, it would be 3,117,275,501 base pairs. And if you messed with them or they got damaged, they can repair themselves. But if you destroy a chromosome or you destroy a large number of DNA, you will not exist as a life form, because it's your genetic code, not just only on how your body is made, but also on how your immune system is made to interact with everything else around it. And that's amazing, because you're made for the surroundings that you're in. And without gravity, your body functions wouldn't work right, your digestive system, none of that. So everything was made for you to exist here on planet Earth. Okay, fetus is a term that's very misused today, because you would call a human a fetus when you want to decide whether to kill it or not, when in reality, fetus is the Latin word for bringing forward offspring or hatching of young. That's a Latin word, but we're going to speak English, and we're going to call it either the young or we're going to call it a baby. Okay, so the young, an embryo, or a baby is an embryo, a fertilized egg. At the moment of fertilization, it's considered an embryo or a zygote, same thing. They're made from a set of gametes from a male and a female. It's the only way that you can make this embryo work. It's not going to work any other way. And after 7 days, scientists are able to observe blood. Within 7 days, there's blood inside of this embryo. And we all know that blood is where life is, okay? If you didn't have any blood in you, you wouldn't have any life, would you? So, now you have to define, well, what is a male and a female, okay? A male is a human with the XY chromosome on their sex chromosome, okay? They have 46 chromosomes, but in meiosis, it has 23 chromosomes that are reproduced inside of the testicles to make sperm. These sperm are what will fertilize the female's version of mitosis, which is the reproduction of eggs in her system, so that she can spread off her genes when they're fertilized together. See, this is my determined sperm. It has arrows for eyes because it's determined to fertilize this egg, okay? And no matter what a person tells you about what their opinion is, this is not subjective. Male and female is not subjective. If you were to commit a crime on a crime scene and they found your blood, they could look at your DNA information and be able to determine from your blood if you have an XY chromosome or if you have an XX chromosome in your DNA, okay? So if they look at a crime scene, they're gonna say this is a man or this is a woman, and that's how you define it, okay? And although there's physiological differences between a male and a female, there's also sociological differences. The way that you would behave, okay, as a man or a woman, and that's a lesson for another time. But this is science. This is what makes life love human beings, okay? A woman cannot impregnate herself without sperm, okay? And when this is fertilized, it has a complete DNA of this many genes, okay? So it is its own human being. It's its own life form. If left alone, it'll grow, it'll sustain itself. It has the nuclear code to keep sustaining itself. But of course it requires a mother to use her breast to nurse the child, to raise the child, so forth. So she was built for the environment of even raising this zygote, this embryo, this child. That's all.